Over here, Becca. Good morning. Welcome back to Frontier Mentality. Wanna let the girls play a little bit? We got a lot of rain coming in tomorrow and into Saturday, so it's time to let them play. All right, let's get into this garden tour a little bit. Yeah, some of this looks pretty bad, so let's get rid of that right there real quick. Anywho, I'm going to show you some that we're going to probably dig up this weekend. But let's get there. Let's check on some of these other broccolis. Do we have any more new babies in here? Look how big, y'all. Look how big that one's getting right there. And then this one here is getting much bigger. They look like they're wanting to start. Let's see. Peel this one back a little bit. Not yet. Let's check the cauliflower, y'all. And it is a yellow cauliflower. So there it is. I would say it's about 1 inch in diameter. Let's cover them back up. That's how they like this be. Take my cues from Mother Nature. Or nature, per se. We are going to have some turnips tonight, so let me get in here and let y'all see what we're going to do. See if any of them big enough to pull. Might have to come back out with a shovel. That one's not big enough yet. They're really huge on top. And then we get down here to the, I mean, you see this little skinny place right here? That's how big they are underneath. So I might just be cutting some tops off and eating them for greens. Let's check on the cabbage. And you can see the cabbage here is beginning to roll in on itself. And that is definitely what you want to see. Here's some bigger cabbages. You see where is it at? There, it's beginning to roll in. This one has its first little head coming in. So, slowly but surely, they're doing their job. Okay, where the kale here on bottom got froze, a little bit burnt from the freeze. It's okay, because I'll just come through and I'll cut it off. And most likely I'll be cutting back a lot of this row down this side this time, because we're going to make more kale chips in the middle row. I'm also going to cut back because I am going to try making kale and what is it? I'll have to buy it, of course. Either kale and carrots or kale and cabbage. And I am going to make sauerkraut with it. Since it's coming in, fermenting is so good for you. It helps with so much of your gut health. And there's some cilantro. There's a lot of cilantro there. Now, I know we have cabbage, or not cabbage, beets in here somewhere. But this thing stuff, they might have got pushed on out. But I was looking for our beets. I just don't see them no more. Maybe the rabbits ate the tops of them off. Okay, the herb bed finally has died back. But you see all the little green underneath? That is all of it coming back, except for the green over there. It always stays green year round, and that's the oregano. I know I keep telling you I'm going to cut that back, and I haven't done it. get busy doing other stuff. Okay. Bruce dug up this peach tree. I'll show you where he put it. Okay, let's check on. Let's see if we can get underneath and look at some of these carrots, see how they're doing. As we did underneath of the other thing. Let's see. Yeah, we got a pretty good sized carrot coming in right here. Let's take it a gander if we can get it in there and let you see. It's kind of like hunting gold in here. Where's my finger? There's my finger. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. But they're beginning to come in nice. Okay, here is one of the other tops of the broccoli. I mean, they're coming in really, oh, this one's taking off in height. So it's probably about 2 inches high. And then there's this one. And then these that are over here. The onions are looking amazing. And this row here too, we're going to dig all this up. Or not dig it up, pull it up. They're not hard to pull up. Some type of fungus has gotten in the majority of these. And I know it's fungus versus the cold and bugs. Because look at the damage. So the collards are definitely coming up. And I might be able to get enough to can, maybe, the mustard. And it just might be one jar, so we just might be eating a mess of mustards. But, yeah, I don't know. The way the weather's fluctuating this year, it's supposed to be almost 80 degrees today. It's January the 8th, by the way. I know I'm kind of behind on my filming, so I gotta get in there and download this here in just a second. Feed these pups. I also try and let them have some outside time before I have to go to Bible study. It's resuming back this week. It kind of goes with the school schedule. I'm having to sit on the porch again, y'all. Swing slightly damp. So hello, welcome back. If you like this shirt, that's kind of cool. Only you could prevent forest fires, from James 3. Sanctified Supply Company makes these. Definitely not an affiliate, but they have some of the softest shirts with Christian messages, so just throw that out there. Like I said, we are experiencing a tremendous warm week of January. My birthday was this past Sunday, and every year, because we don't hardly ever get snow in December, I always wish for snow. And it was not quite, it wasn't cold enough for snow, but it was definitely not t-shirt weather to be sitting, so it was, I think it was about 55 all day. And each day has progressively gotten warmer. So I am, it's about 8:30, I'm in a t-shirt sitting outside, and it is 65 degrees. So I saw some flowers begin to come up and bud. They're usually the daffodils. They always come up in usually February, but they're coming up even a month early. And I think a lot of it has to do with the weather. Like I said, it's supposed to be almost 80 today, and tomorrow is supposed to be quite warm as well. And in the south, the hotter it gets before a cold front moves through, the storms are quite severe. From wind damage to lightning to possible tornado. So let's pray the tornado part stays at bay. But yeah, those are all fun things to look forward to in the South. Yes, my voice is a little bit still scratchy, but I am not coughing up the crud like I was. So, just silver is holding its value. The dollar is dropping tremendously. We saw where you have to be hiding under a rock if you didn't know Maduro has been taken over here. He pled innocent to the crimes. He was charged with American crimes, with the drugs, gun laws, and stuff like that. So, we shall. Everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen. We know that Trump said he was going to run Venezuela. The news I saw yesterday, Cuba was going to try to run Venezuela too. So, I know all of our Navy ships that were down there prior are still down there. Because once you take a leader out, everybody tries to claim the most toys to see who wins. So we shall see what's going to happen there. You go to the Middle East, you have the Iran issues, you have Israel issues, you have Ukraine, Russia issues. China's kind of sitting quiet. But with China, their fingers are in many pots. They're everything, they're everywhere. So just because they're being quiet, sometimes people would say, it's those quiet ones you gotta watch, you know? So there's that, and you just kind of have to keep watching the different things that are going on in the world. Please don't get stressed out because everything is popping off. It's supposed to. What can you do for your own sanity, your own getting ready for, and say grow gardens. On a short, I showed you that I'm beginning to start my sweet potatoes. Got them in dirt this year because, hold on. He's almost past that last exit. Got it. The sun looks really pretty coming up over there. So I thought I would show y'all the sun coming, rising, as we wait for the train to go on. So my windows, as I was saying, I've got my sweet potatoes and my avocado tree and my lemon trees in my kitchen window, right? And also the celery that I started. So they're facing east. Let's find where I had y'all. So they were facing, these windows face east, so they get the sun the majority of the day, and then it flops to the back. But as I was saying, silver's holding, gold's holding their prices. It seems like they're going up, 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 when really it's your petrodollar going down, 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 down. So while we still have those dollars and they're still not per se traceable, go ahead, be stocking up your food, your freedom seeds that go to your little, and there's certain words you can't say on YouTube because they flag it, but while you have cash, buy as much as you can. Pay your bills. If you have extra cash, buy some land. Do the shed, the tiny house, or tiny house. I mean, there's so many tiny houses now that's way more affordable than it was in past time. Live debt-free as close as you can. Like the house is paid for. All of our cars are paid for. Do I need a next new shiny toy? No. My car works just fine. We do maintenance, we do oil changes, we keep up with the cars, so we don't have to buy another, because when you buy another, that means interest rates. That means you're pouring all big hunk of money into something that only holds its value for until you drive it off the lot. The value tanks as soon as you drive a new car off the lot. Unless, of course, it's a Jeep. They really hold their values, the Jeep Wranglers. And certain pickup trucks, they hold their value. Any others, they don't. Maybe the Subarus. I think the Subarus also hold their value, but everything else is... because as soon as you Kelly Blue Book a car, even if it's new, you can Kelly Blue Book it if it's off that lot. So that's why I suggest that you get land first. Oh no, let's backtrack that a little bit. First, you get up to a year's worth of food in your home. Ways to purify water. I'm not going to suggest you store a year's worth of water in your home, because water is heavy. A gallon of water is 5 pounds. So you want ways to purify your water. I have a short. It shows how pool shock can transfer to bleach and can be used for water. There's a little piece of paper that I held up and did it as a short. Then you got your food, your water, you need your medical, that entails your band-aids, wound care, how to stop bleeding, first aid, take a first aid course. These are very helpful arsenals to have in your toolbox. And if you got that and you still have leftover money and you finally got everything paid for, there's buy land. Go ahead and pay a second place outright. Put those tiny shed houses on it, or tiny house on it. When you sell your home, then you can do a root cellars and stuff like that to get yourself even further off the grid. Or like here, we could use a root cellar. We really could. We've been playing around with ideas in the yard where to put it, so there's that. And a root cellar can double down for holding your food, tornado shelter, and a fallout shelter if you're not in a danger zone of something bad happening. So root cellars can help on so many levels. Yeah, I didn't really watch a lot of the world going on. I just know tidbits here and there, and I know I need to stock up and take inventory of what we have and fill in our gaps. You just feel something hanky's fixing to happen, and you just want to square yourself off the best you can. So with that, please stay safe, please get ready, please get prepared. Frontier Mortality signing out. And the sun went back behind the clouds.